So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're explaining how we went from one DC cinematic universe to another in just over a decade.
That's the fun of coming into this job. It's to be able to continue the tradition of those what we call diamond characters, of Superman, of Batman, of Wonder Woman, these characters that Green Lantern, that everybody knows and loves.
Chapter 1. The Rise and Fall of the DCEU. As Marvel changed the game with their cinematic universe, it was only a matter of time before DC threw its cape into the ring.
People of Earth are different from us, it's true. But ultimately, I believe that's a good thing. They won't necessarily make the same mistakes we did.
Although DC and Warner Brothers were playing catch-up, it wasn't their first crack at uniting their storied heroes on the big screen. Years before The Avengers, George Miller was attached to direct an unproduced Justice League movie. 2011's Green Lantern was a potential launching point for a shared universe.
Not bad, huh? You're a superhero.
We all know how that went. 2013's Man of Steel officially commenced the DC Extended Universe on a divisive note. While some described Zack Snyder's version of Superman as bold, others felt it sucked out the character's defining optimism. Regardless, the film was financially successful enough to move forward with Batman vs. Superman. Whereas Marvel took its time laying a solid foundation, Batman vs. Superman felt like going from Iron Man to Captain America Civil War.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
It shoehorned in numerous characters without developing them, and rushed iconic storylines like the death of Superman. Although the crossover made money, the fact that it couldn't hit $1 billion, coupled with scathing reviews, left many questioning if DC should just reboot.
The bell's already been rung. And they've heard it.
It would, eventually. Before admitting defeat, the DCEU saw a few bright spots. The acclaimed Wonder Woman broke new ground, while Aquaman finally reached the $1 billion barrier. Yet, for every hit, there was a costly fiasco like 2017's Justice League.
Kal-El, no!
The effects of the pandemic and a questionable shift towards streaming only made it harder to sell this inconsistent brand. Brand confusion didn't help. The DCEU commenced around the same time as television's Arrowverse, which took place in a separate continuity.
I think it's time we got some answers.
Yeah, he ain't exactly talking.
So let's make him talk.
Then you had movies like Todd Phillips' Joker, which was set in another universe. Despite being titled the DC Extended Universe, most fans called it the Snyderverse. It was also debated whether the theatrical version of Justice League or the long-awaited Snyder Cut was considered canon, making the continuity even messier.
You could die, Victor.
If I don't, we all die. Period.
As interest continued to wane, Dwayne Johnson built up Black Adam as the edgy anti-hero who could save this cinematic universe. While that film was #1 3 weeks in a row, it couldn't break even. Not long after a mid-credits scene teased Black Adam fighting Superman, the DCEU entered its endgame.
It's been a while since anyone's made the world this nervous.
Chapter 2. Did we jump the gun? As Warner Media merged with Discovery, CEO and President David Zaslav established himself as a controversial figure with the shelving of the practically finished Batgirl movie as a tax write-off.
I'm not reading that. I don't know what's happening right now.
While many criticized his bottom-line approach to running Warner Brothers Discovery, Zaslav touched upon one truth. DC desperately needed its own Kevin Feige.
We all knew that it was a big shot for us. It was certainly a big shot for me, my first full producer credit and really having all the responsibility, whether it succeeded or failed.
Walter Hamada, who had been overseeing DC movies since 2018, wasn't cutting it. Despite pleas from die-hard fans to come back, Zack Snyder has made it clear that he's done with superheroes for now. After considering several candidates, it was announced that James Gunn and producer Peter Safran would become the co-chairs and co-CEOs of DC Studios, which replaced DC Films.
We have some other things in development that are real priorities.
Likewise, the DCEU was retired to make way for the DC Universe. After Disney fired Gunn in 2018 over resurfaced tweets, WB leaped at the opportunity to work with him. Gunn expressed interest in directing The Suicide Squad, which opened in 2021 to rave reviews.
We're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Unfortunately, the pandemic, a simultaneous streaming release, and bad memories of its 2016 predecessor resulted in poor box office. Still, The Suicide Squad quickly became a fan favorite along with the Peacemaker TV series, which Gunn also developed.
You thought we were just gonna let you go scot-free?
Yeah. I killed Rick Flag for you people.
No one ever told you to kill Flag.
After much negotiation, Gunn returned to the MCU to helm the third Guardians of the Galaxy feature and a holiday special. He wouldn't be sticking around though, moving from Marvel to DC. While Gunn mapped out a shared universe that would span film, TV, and games, several DCEU movies were still in the pipeline.
Is there a connective tissue between all of those projects?
I mean, they're all in the same universe, so there's that.
Although Patty Jenkins' third Wonder Woman and Black Adam vs. Superman never made it beyond the planning stages, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom were all set to come out in 2023.
The old ways aren't gonna protect us anymore. The times have changed.
They didn't meet the same fate as Batgirl, but all four lost money. With the DCEU being a sinking ship, audiences just didn't consider them priority viewing. Even Blue Beetle, which got enthusiastic reviews, couldn't attract audiences with superhero fatigue settling in.
Please, okay, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is I figured out how to get it out.
Right.
And the bad news is that you have to be dead.
Since the pandemic, the only DC movie that performed well critically and commercially was Matt Reeves' The Batman, which takes place in yet another continuity. Some speculated DC's new leadership would jeopardize Reeves' future Batman projects, although that wouldn't be the case.
You're gonna help me on this. For your friend.
Reeves' films and the Penguin miniseries are part of the Batman epic crime saga.
I can help you with whatever it is. Whatever you need, whatever it is, all right? It's just... Jesus, I need a chance. I need a chance!
All right, calm down.
It's labeled under DC Elseworlds along with Todd Phillips' Joker duology, the Harley Quinn animated series, and other projects that don't tie into the DC universe. While the DCEU is done, the DCU will retain a few actors, like Viola Davis as Amanda Waller and Xolo Maridueña as Blue Beetle.
All right, let's see if it works.
I wouldn't test it.
Jason Momoa is no longer Aquaman, but he will be playing the DCU's Lobo. John Cena will reprise his role as Peacemaker in the second season of his show, which is being set in the DCU. Although Peacemaker Season 1 and The Suicide Squad were part of the DCEU, Gunn said a, quote, rough memory of them would carry over to the DCU.
This guy sucks.
Excuse me? Am I supposed to be able to hear you guys?
This is evident in the Creature Commandos animated series, which saw the return of characters like Weasel.
What is that thing? The Weasel. It's one of the few soldiers still alive from Project Starfish in Corto Maltese, so we know it has what it takes to survive.
Creature Commandos kicked off the DC Universe's first chapter, Gods and Monsters. On the theatrical front, this chapter will consist of at least 6 films, starting with 2025's Superman, which Gunn wrote and directed.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman will be followed by Supergirl starring Millie Alcock, a body horror picture in Clayface, a team-up movie revolving around the Authority, a Bat family-centric film entitled The Brave and the Bold, and a deep dive into the macabre with Swamp Thing.
And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories.
Also in development are a Teen Titans movie, a Bane Deathstroke crossover, a Sergeant Rock film set in World War II, and a reimagining of Wonder Woman. The DCU has a full TV slate as well, with Lanterns on HBO, an Amanda Waller spinoff, a Wonder Woman prequel in Paradise Lost, and a comedic Booster Gold series.
He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him.
In addition to another season of Creature Commandos, animated shows centered on Blue Beetle and Mr. Miracle are in the works. Among Gunn's goals is to make the DC universe stand out from Marvel.
Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before.
Whereas MCU heroes mostly helm from New York, the DCU focuses on fictional cities like Gotham and Metropolis. Instead of Tony Stark telling the world he's Iron Man, DC will emphasize heroes with secret identities. Oh, and when a major character dies, they'll stay dead, for the most part. We might see the Lazarus pits down the line.
I'm pretty big on killing people and not bringing them back.
I know.
Because it's like, when you do it in the future, except for robots. Robots could be killed and come back anytime.
Of course.
But when people, when you start doing that all the time, then it doesn't mean anything.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Chapter 3: A New Tomorrow? Although Gunn and Safran have big plans for DC, some fear it'll be too little too late.
How do you feel 2 years in? I mean, are you...
We're really happy.
Superhero movies don't print money like they did a few years ago. Even Marvel's output has been hit and miss. That said, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was among the most successful post-Endgame releases. With the original Guardians film, Gunn turned a once obscure superhero team into household names.
You're immortal! How? You said it yourself. We're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
He could do the same with lesser-known DC characters like Clayface and Swamp Thing. Of course, if a name like Superman doesn't pack theaters, the DC universe might be in trouble. Only time will tell if DC's 8 to 10 year plan works out, or if we're in store for another dark universe, which couldn't even make it past one movie. Either way, Superman won't just set a precedent for DC moving forward. It'll potentially serve as a testing ground to see if the masses still care about the superhero genre. If not, Supes can always spin the world back. What are your thoughts on the DC universe? Let us know in the comments.
General, I believe you've read us wrong. We're delighted to be here and delighted to serve our country.
Okay. Great.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.